Hello, and today I'm here reviewing Sweet Shadows by Tera Lynn, and she's one of my favorite young adult authors. I absolutely love her books. I started reading her mermaid books back in the summer, and since then I found out that she wrote this series, and the first one was called Sweet Venom, which I've already reviewed, so you can watch that. And this is the second book, Sweet Shadows, and it is absolutely amazing. I love it. Okay, but I am not sure if she did this intentionally, but in the previous book, I did not like Greer at all. I just couldn't get into her character. I couldn't make a connection with her. And then in this book, I finally made that connection, and I was like, was that intentional? Because then I noticed that she did it with another character at the end of this book. And that was the character of Thane. I could not connect with him through the previous book because he was never in there. And all of a sudden, in the end of this book, he's like important. And it's hinted that he knows about things. So I'm wondering what is going on. So, anyway, what is this book about? Okay, if you love Greek mythology, you have to get this series. This is the second one. You gotta go get the first one. But basically, what it's based upon is this set of triplets, identical sisters, and they have found one another. And if you've read the previous book, then you know they found each other and they know about the key generation, and now they're battling monsters. So in this one picks off pretty much where the other one left off, which was with Gretchen's loft getting blown up. And it is amazing. And also in this one we find out a lot. And I mean there's so much information, and it left me with so many questions. Like, for one, why does Thane, I keep wanting to call him Thrain, I don't know why. Why is Thane, why does he know everything? What is he? Is he evil? Because I kind of get the feeling that he might be one of those people who are like borderline evil on good and evil. And then at the end, we find out, like, it was kind of hinting that Greer was interested in him, which was kind of shocking because they're very, very different. And we get that nice little scene with Nick, but I want to know where Grace's boy toy stands in all this. Huh? Where does he stand in on all this? Because all of a sudden, Thane, which I think is going to be Greer's man, all of a sudden he knows about this supernatural world. Nick knew about the supernatural world. Where in the world does Grace's boy toy, and I cannot think of his name, but where does he fit in all this? Because he and Thrain were friends. Thane. Why do I keep wanting to call him Thrain? Anyway, they're friends. They were friends. Why does he have something to do with this world? I need to find that out in the next book, which I'm going to be ordering, because there were so many freaking questions left unanswered. If you read one, you're going to have to read two, and when you read two, you're going to have to read three, because that's just the way the series is set up. Cliffhangers galore. So I have to get the third book, which is called Sweet Legacy, and it's the last one, and I have to order that book really, really soon, or else I'm going to go crazy just wanting to know what happens in this. And Tera Lynn Childs, she wrote the Mermaid series and then this series. These are the only books that I've read from her. I don't even know if she has any other books. The Mermaid series was like typical young adult, and this is like so much better than that series. This series is just fantastic. For one thing, the boy-girl relationships are not integral to the plot. The sisterly relationship between the three are. It's integral to the plot. Like, that is one of the driving forces, is them coming to terms with the fact that they were all adopted out to various Like, Grace was kind of adopted out by, like, your regular middle class family. Gretchen was adopted out by, like, well, she never really got adopted. She was, like, in foster care. But she had the rough end of the stick. And then Greer had, like, super rich parents and was, like, super, super lucky. So, but they all have their own problems, and they're coming together as sisters, even though they're very, very different. So, I'm really, really enjoying these books. The sisterly relationships are amazing. The female characters in these books are amazing because Gretchen kicks butt. I'm talking kicks butt. And then we find out that Greer, spoiler, this is a tiny spoiler, it's not anything super huge. Greer has a black belt in Taekwondo. And then we have Grace, who's really, really super smart. So, lots of strong female characters, lots of fun, lots of adventure and action. You have to read this series. It's absolutely wonderful. I'll give this book 5 out of 5 stars because not only do I want to read the third book, it is necessary. If I don't read the third book, I might just spontaneously combust from unanswered questions. So like, comment, subscribe, and if you've read this series, tell me what you think. Please try not to spoil me on book 3. And if you haven't read this series, you need to watch review number 1, and you need to pick it up because this is a good series.